Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar How Simple Small Widget can Heal Your Website. This is a free webinar for healthcare and medtech, but if you're from another branch, don't worry, I think you will find something for yourself. Okay, my name is Patricia, and with me today is Jakub. Say hello, Jakub.
Hello, thank you for the introduction, Patricia. Here are our little bios so you can actually see who is speaking to you. And we'll proceed with the presentation and show you how we actually heal your website with our widget. There are a couple questions we'd like to ask, couple of things that we'd like to say to you. It's how to get more patients from your website using existing website traffic, so you don't have to use expensive marketing campaigns to drive the traffic, but to convert better. And how to cut the distance to your website visitors and convert them into your clients or patients, and how to make your clients and patients loyal and build a good relationship with them in internet.
Okay, so for the beginning, something about our company, CallPage, what we do. CallPage is an app that you can install on your website, and it helps you contact visitors from your website within 28 seconds. How it works, your customer, visitor, patient is putting their number into the pop-up, and the only thing you need to do is answer your phone and you're connected to the customer. It's really easy, quick, and efficient. So we decided to find some diseases that you maybe have on your website, and we would like to tell you how to cure them, of course, with our app CallPage.
So here's disease number one. Contact details are hard to find. I actually came across through a couple websites that were actually good clinics, but with the terrible contact details exposure. So the first thing that's actually not good in a couple of websites is hardly visible contact number. The second thing is IVR discourages visitors to contact because nobody likes to wait online and wait to be connected, patched to someone else. We like to show you how to actually avoid it, but I will leave it to Patricia in the further presentation. The part of the disease is like some patients need a little push to encourage them to contact. So actually, the patients or people with problems that your services can actually solve, some patients can behave pretty shy, and it's a pretty big group of them. So they visit your website, but they don't have enough, courage to contact you. So they need a little push, which we can actually solve them.
Okay, maybe we'll ask, do you hear us well? Because I see that Anne-Marie is asking if it's audio yet. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so, okay, great. So we will go further. Okay, let's
Okay. Some of these patients need a little push to encourage them to contact. So our application actually solve it for in a couple of ways, but we'll discuss it further. There is no information about working hours of your businesses. So people just get discouraged by bumping on the IVR or just not picking up their phone. the next issue is displaying contact number as an image. So if someone just wants to contact you, let's say from the mobile phone or tablet or etc., they are pretty much used to click on the number and then they can copy it or call you right away. But it's not actually possible if you put your number as an image to your website, no matter how big it is and how big is the display. And the last part of this disease is not calling back to your missed calls. And yeah, that's a pretty big issue because you are losing your leads, its potential patients. And we are going to proceed with the cures for this disease. And I'm giving voice to you, Patricia.
Thanks. Okay, so how to cure this disease? When you install our widget, it's always on your website. So it's always this button that customers can click and order a callback. Also, this widget, you can set it up to open by itself. For example, if your customer is scrolling a lot or is clicking on your website, maybe he's looking for something. So our widget is opening and asking your customers, patients, if they want to receive a free callback. Also, the button is actually small to not interrupt your customer. So if you want to make it more visible, we have this eye-catching effects. You can add the animation. Of course, we have a sound effect that your customer that is helping your customer to see the button, and we have this tooltip that is telling your customer how you can use it. Also, we have this visual IVR, which is really easier for your customers to use because your customer is choosing the right department or subject from the conversation, and then he's putting his number. So we are avoiding this IVR that our customers don't like. But I will tell you more about departments later.
Okay.
Okay, and here you can see how it looks like. This is our pop-up, and on the right bottom corner you can see our phone icon with the eye catcher, with the tooltip, so you know now how it looks like.
Okay, and here's departments actually, but it's not scroll extended.
Yeah, when you click on it, it's actually the list of the possible departments or subject for conversation that your customer can choose. And of course, later on in our dashboard, it's tagged by this department, so it's easier for you to find.
So this is number 2. What if your visitor wants to reach out to you after your working hours? So I told you in the previous disease that you are missing some calls. And it's not that easy to actually call back to these people because sometimes on the phone or on the systems that receptionists use isn't actually visible if it was called back already. So we came up with a couple of solutions to that.
Okay, so if you're not working 24 hours per day, you can miss some calls. With our app, we have a solution that after working hours, the pop-up is changing. It's telling your customers that you're out of office, and it's asking them whether they'd like to receive a callback during your working hours. You don't need to remember about it at all because our system will call you automatically at the time that the customer chose. And of course, your customer will get a text reminder 5 minutes before a call, so he can prepare. Of course, in this text, he sees the website that he ordered a call. And also, if the customer, for example, you're working right now, but the customer cannot talk right now, we also give him possibility to order call for later. And also, you get automatic call and your customer gets a reminder. And here we can see how the pop-up looks like after working hours. Your customer can put his number, request a callback, and then he gets this second window with the time of a callback that is most convenient for him.
So this is number 3, not coming back to missed calls. Visitors calling all your lines are busy after multiple attempts. I know that some days are just busier than others, or just some hours, parts of the day are just busier than everyone. So if you can't actually you can't have actually another person to take the calls during the day, our application can actually get this calls for you. If all your consultants are busy, our application informs about that and lets your customers order a callback for another time that he specifies. So actually, the next part of this disease is dropping calls, and let's say some people just can't handle, especially elder people or people who are sick. They can't handle mobile devices that well. It's a fact, actually. So you can call these people back, knowing their numbers. I'm just telling the curious right now, so.
Okay, no problem. You're just taking my job from me.
So these are diseases, and pretty much some receptions don't just come back to the missed calls, and we came up with a couple solutions which are these.
Okay, so for the beginning, you have this whole dashboard, which is only for your account, and you have all the information about the calls, the ordered calls, missed calls, successful calls. So you have all this in one place, and you can easily come back to it. You can see which manager took the call. You can call back to the missed call. As I said, it's all in one place. Second one, we came up with custom fields that you can customize to your company. For the beginning, it's only name and the email address, but if you want to add more, you can even ask for a shoe size or anything actually. And it's connecting to this lead in your dashboard. So when you go to the lead, you can click on it and you see all the information about the customer that you need to know. Also, after every conversation, your customer gets a text message with a thank you note, which is really nice. And the website he ordered the call, the number of the manager he was talking to, and the name of a manager. Also, your manager gets a text message with the number of the customer he was talking to. So it's really easy to come back later and call the right person right away. Also, if you miss a call, you don't have to go to the dashboard and check it like every hour. You get a text message with the information about this missed call, with the number of the customer who tried to call you. And if you have problems with your managers who are not taking calls like every time, we have this system like multiple callback attempts. That you can set up how many times in which time period our system is trying to call back again your manager first and your customer then. And here is how our custom fields look like. As I said, you can add more than just email and name. And on the right, you can see it's really small. I'm sorry for that, but I can tell you that it says, thank you for ordering a call from website this and this. Your manager name, Patricia, it was actually me, and my phone number. And now you can see, this is from our CallPage dashboard. I had to delete some numbers so you'll not call them. And you can see that every call is marked in our dashboard. You can see from which website, at what time, who took the call, how long it was, and usually you can hear them, you can listen to the conversation. The recording is like near the time.
Disease number 4, quitting visitors. Some people are just too shy or insecure to reach out for help. So, what do you think? How many of your website visitors are on your website and quitting before they decide to get actual help you provide, and they might be interested in your in your services or treatments that you provide.
Okay, so I told you before about our pop-up opening by itself. So we have this one great rule, which is called exit intent. And we are using this like when your customer is about to leave the website. He's moving his mouse to the new tab or something like this. Then our pop-up is triggering. And then your customer sees, for example, message, you didn't find you didn't find information that you were looking for. Leave your number, we'll help you. So we are preventing like your customers leaving website without information that they needed.
This is number 5. Visitors' inconvenience in contacting internationally. Some of you may run business internationally and would like to attract clients and patients from abroad. What is stopping your international visitors to reach out to you? There are a couple of reasons, but our application can heal this disease pretty easily and bring you some more business. And I would like to invite Patricia to find a cure for that, and I believe that she already did.
I can heal everything with our app. So for the beginning, if you have like international website, you can have, for example, if you have English website and in our case, Polish website, so you can have on English website, English widget, and on Polish website, Polish widget. So your customer knows that you're talking in his language or something like this. So he's not afraid to order a call. Next one, flags. You can set up showing up flags on the widget. So your customer, sometimes they have problem with country code. So now they choose the flag and then country code is applying by itself. Also, you're offering your customer a free callback and you are not charged additionally for international calls. Because in our packages, you have a number of calls and we don't care if it's a call from Poland, Australia, China, or USA. Call equals call. And of course, if you want to receive calls only from UK or only from USA, that's no problem because you can set up countries that you would like to receive call from.
So this is number 6. Bad mobile devices optimization and display. Is that really easy to find your contact details on your website in small 4-inch display your potential patients would use? Actually, if someone is using requires your services in emergency or they can't get access to their PC, there is, as I mentioned before, there is a problem on some websites that actually this contact details are hidden or badly placed or placed just wrong, like in image. And some websites actually are not that good, that well optimized when it comes to mobile devices. It requires great effort actually to get on one's mobile device to display this website properly and find this contact detail. So here our application comes with a solution, and actually it's pretty important to get it easier for elder people to actually notice some contact details. So here it is.
Yeah, it's really simple. Our app works on mobile devices. So we adjusted it. So the pop-up is of course showing up by itself if you want to, but it doesn't have to. After clicking the phone icon, we can see this is our widget on the mobile phone. It's really easy to use. And if you have something wrong with your mobile website, don't worry, because if your customer cannot find anything, they can use our CallPage button and call you to get more information.
Yes, and actually I would like to add one more thing. Actually, if someone used CallPage before and ordered a callback from their mobile device, they actually don't need to put their number again because the cookies are actually keeping this data in our widget. So if someone ordered a callback before, they don't need to actually put their number again. So they just need to put the call me right now button, and that's all. This is number 7, complicated contact structure. So it's pretty complex complex problem because it actually is because of all IVR or your structure of contact details, let's say on your contact subpage, where some pages are just not that well organized, and they have list of these numbers regarding the departments, locations, specialists, and it's all organized pretty bad. I'm not saying all of it, but there are some. And some people just are using the IVR to solve this problem, but it's not really that great solution as it may seem, because no one likes to wait on the phone and don't have this confidence that they will be passed to the right person. So we came up with the solution, which Patricia will talk about. And there is also problem with working hours for every number that someone wants actually display on their websites. So Patricia?
Okay. So it's really easy, as I said before, with this our graph visual IVR, because your customer doesn't have to wait to be connected to you. He's just choosing the department or the subject of the conversation, and he's connected to the right person right away. Also, if you have many, for example, salespeople, and you don't want your customer to choose which one he will be connected to, you're just adding all the numbers to the widget, and our system can, for example, call all of them sorry, I just saw the question, and we will answer for questions later. I will just tell all we need to tell right now, and after the presentation, we will answer your questions. So we can use free calling orders. It could be that CallPage is calling all your managers at the same time, and first who picks up is connected to the customer. It can call them in the order that you set up, or it can be like random order, so it calls in order, but always starts with another manager. So it's up to you how you want to set it up. And I think it's easier than putting all the salespeople numbers on your website. You can just put them into CallPage, and your customer will be connected with the right person.
Disease number 8, long and complex conversation with potential patients and customers. We all know that some people have different needs, different actually requirements, and they tell them via phone, and you just don't keep up to actually in your busy day to note it down perfectly as it was. So we also came up with some solutions so we can keep this good relationship going with your patient.
Yeah, of course, as I said before, it is custom fields, so you have all the data about your customer that you need. As I said also before, this call history, which is in your dashboard and connects all the data that you need. And you can integrate it. You can, for example, integrate it to your CRM system, and then it's easy to find all the information that you need. Of course, we record all the calls for you. For example, if you forgot something that you promised your customer, you can easily come back to it. Or if your customer wanted to give you his email address through the phone and you wrote it down wrong, you can just come back and listen to it again. We show up the data about the lead source. So if you're interested about from which place your customer came, you can see it in our dashboard. We just added the integration with your forms. So if you have a form on your website, you can connect it with CallPage, and then when your customer is putting his number into the form and sending data to you, our system automatically calls you and your customer. And as I said before, this text message about after every conversation is really helpful to gather this information about the customers.
Disease number 9, no data about lead source. So here's something for marketing people. And our application actually helps you see what track actually the source of real conversion, not just clicks or visits on the website, which brings you basically nothing. You can't measure if this very click is led to new customers. So if you implement CallPage on your website, you can actually track it, and you can actually get that information to invest in the right marketing campaigns and make your marketing much more efficient when it comes to budgeting. Thanks to that.
So as Kuba said, with our app, you can know where to put your money.
Sorry.
No problem. Because if you know from which part of your website people are coming from and ordering calls, you know that you can put money there and they will come back to you. Also, you can integrate it with Google Analytics, so you can have more specified statistics. And good news, because we are releasing CallPage 3.0 really soon, and we have new feature there, because you have a possibility to put CallPage form in your AdWords. So I think it could be interesting for a lot of people here.
This is number 10, lost leads. This is actually a pretty common problem that includes most of businesses. So as we said earlier, and we like to actually repeat ourselves, but in different ways, some leads or missed calls that you drop because you are out of office, you don't work 24/7, and some people just visit your website then. We come up with some solutions for this disease, cures, and just wonder how many leads you are losing this way. And I guess it's too many, because there's so much business there.
It's always this one lost lead that you could give you $1 million.
Yeah, this big elephant.
Okay, so to help you with this, as I mentioned before, we can integrate our CallPage with your, for example, CRM system. Here you have a list of integrations that we provide. Also, as you can see, we integrate with Zapier. So for Zapier, we can integrate more systems with our system.
Here's a bonus one. We do have integration with Facebook Lead Ads that actually lets your visitors and actually ad viewers on the Facebook that they can actually order a callback directly from an ad, not without taking them to your website actually, so they can get this information much faster, or sign up for your treatments or services, or just become a new patient. So it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. It's very efficient. We have some data about it and feedback from our customers that says it's actually great integrations. We just didn't see that coming, that it would be that great. And you can, of course, track it and optimize its efficiency. And I know that Facebook campaigns may be quite expensive, but with us, it will actually bring you more customers from it. So yeah, more information about it you can find on our website, which will invite you.
Yeah. It will be on callpage.io, and then about our app, and then it will be Facebook ads integration.
Yeah, that's right. So bonus number 2, you can design your own pop-up, so it actually fits your website the best. Actually, I saw some. I've seen some. Our clients don't actually change their widgets. They don't like to get this customization feature, but I highly recommend it because you can make it look like your website, not just a third-party system. So it should look like a part of your business. Actually, the customers don't have to know actually that they are going through her third party. You can do pretty much everything with this. With our pop-up and widget, you can change texts, you can change the button, you can hide it under your existing CTA. You can even add animation in the background. Anything you want, pretty much.
Yeah, and right now we are doing this through CSS roles, but I got an info that in CallPage 3.0 it will be easier because you will not have to use CSS roles. We'll give you more options to edit the widget
in a ready editor. But the CSS rules are right now pretty simple. We provide you the whole documentation. You just need to copy and paste every detail. So if you are not actually CSS friendly, we make it friendly. So here are a couple of examples from our customers. It's not actually from Med or MedTech. We just chose a couple of them from our customers. As you can see, the shape, the color, the background, the buttons are very customizable, and it may suit pretty much any website you want.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, the two of these widgets were made by me for my customers.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, I must admit. So we have a couple of case studies, a couple in progress, but here's one, our biggest one when it comes to medical healthcare industry and medtech, because docplanner.com and actually it's znanylekarz.pl, which is their company in Poland, actually managed to get to actually change their marketing and sales strategy in 14 countries by integrating us with HubSpot and making us their main pillar of their business, and they're going pretty successful. You can find the whole case study on our website, callpage.io/case studies.
Yeah, and next one is from me because it's from my favorite customer, Sagi, who is here today with us. Hi, Sagi. This is the case study from Big Sigma, which is a company with a lot of websites. And I know that our CallPage helped them with their business. This case study is not yet on our website. That's why I wanted to put it here so you can read this information, how we help them, and I think that we can help you too. So you will get this recording later, and we'll put this on our website soon, so you can read it later. But I think it's worth reading.
Yep, indeed. So, it's the questions time. We can now answer your questions that you can ask in your chat, and we will start with Chloe's.
Chloe was first.
Yes. Can CallPage work with an IVR system? A client of mine did not have their own extension, so the partners would not work. Actually, Chloe, they would work. The solution is to add CallPage number as an exception in the IVR system. that IVR will always let through, and it's all and it's pretty much yeah.
Yeah, but also I had this case with my client lately, and I went to our support and I asked them, and our CallPage will work with IVR because he recognized like pressing numbers. So if you want to use CallPage with your IVR, that's no problem. It will work okay. So it's up to you how you want to use it.
Yep, pretty much. Any further questions?
No problem, Chloe. If anyone else have questions, just ask them right now. That's why we are here to help you and answer all your questions.
Yep.
Thank you, Sagi. You're awesome too.
So, guys, I guess if you don't have any questions within 2 minutes, you can actually reach us.
Through our email addresses.
Yeah, that you were provided in the email, and okay. So, how does the press digit mode work?
Okay, so press digit mode helps you, for example, if you have a voicemail or IVR, because our system doesn't recognize if it was a real person who answered or if it was like a recording. So when you set up press digit mode, when your manager answers the phone, he has to press any digit to be connected. So you will not lose any calls because our system will be sure that it's your manager. So basically, because for the beginning, you usually hear that you receive a call for CallPage, and it changes when you have press digit mode on because it says your manager that he has to press any number to continue. So when he does, he's connected to the customer, and this is basically all.
So the IVR was actually the bullet point that made these questions.
I think so.
Yeah, the visual IVR is pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's up to you how you want to set it up. That's great because you can put just the towns of your offices, or you can put like one of my clients the subject of conversations, so he can just separate all the calls to the right person.
Yeah. And I have a question for you guys. Do you see a value, real value, in implementing CallPage to your businesses, medical businesses?
We forgot about most important thing.
What?
Because everyone who attended this, who actually signed up for this webinar, will have a discount from us. You just need to tell your manager when you start an account with your first payment. You just need to remind ourselves that you were on the webinar, and we'll prepare the discount for you. Just remember to tell us that you were on this webinar and you signed up for it.
Yeah, all our sales team knows about this pretty much. So there is no need for creating some promo codes. We will prepare the special offer just for you, just for your needs, and sweeten the deal with some discount. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. You just need to tell that you took part of this in this webinar.
Yeah. Okay. So again, 2 minutes for questions. If there will be none, we'll finish this, and I hope that we will talk again during the cooperation.
Yeah, indeed.